When I think back over the last 20 years, specifically of Messiah's athletic successes, it is nothing short of amazing and, quite frankly, a bit of a miracle. It's unprecedented, the levels of success that not just one team, but multiple teams have had is quite remarkable for a D3 institution like Messiah, especially one that has such a niche and is so specifically catered to providing that spiritual emphasis.
I don't recall what the statistic is, but I think we've won 13 straight conference championships. And that's just specific to the field hockey program. But if you look at our athletics department as a whole, it's really an incredible place as far as on field, on court, on mat, in the pool type of success. Starting in the late 90s, early 2000s, we just saw this huge expansion of success. I think that has to do with incredible student athletes, wonderful coaches that are caring, very knowledgeable, and then also just general support from the university and our university's partners, friends, families, organizations, and businesses. Because we couldn't do it with lots of resourcing and lots of support, but the common thread is certainly our tagline, and we're building Christian character, we're striving for excellence, pursuing athletic excellence, and that's something that has not changed or wavered in the past 20 plus years since I've been at Messiah.
They asked me about different sports and how was the team able to go from, not winning much to being a juggernaut team. And the best answer I could give all the time, the less we focus on the winning and losing, the more we won, which is like a crazy thought to think about.
There's certainly awards and championships and plaques with names all down the Hall of Champions. And that's certainly a part of the legacy. But I think a greater legacy of Messiah Athletics is the way that it impacts the people that have come through the department. The way that they shape their communities and the world outside of this campus and outside of their field of play.
I have seen, without a doubt, the witness that a Christian university can have across the nation and even internationally when our students compete. And I have had letters from parents of opposing teams. I've had comments from presidents of other universities, from fans who really didn't want us to beat them. But those comments have always been about the Christian character of our athletes and of the coaches and of our administrators. So there's an element in terms of our witness that goes beyond just the fact that we are really competitive and excellent at what we do. There's a very strong witness to what it means to follow Christ and to love and serve Jesus.
I love how Messiah Athletics is so intentional about growing the athlete's faith just as much as they are with the athlete themselves and skill in their sport. I've seen coaches be really efficient at growing those things together.
I found my faith at Messiah. I didn't have faith before I came here. I found it here. It was cultivated here with my teammates and has grown with relationships with past teammates that continue today.
When I came to Messiah, I was new in my faith, and being on the softball team and going through devotions and spending time with my coaches and teammates is what really allowed me to come to know the Lord better and grow and deepen my faith. I also had an opportunity to participate in Aroma Sports Ministry when I was a first-year Messiah student. I traveled to Panama that summer and we did a lot of sports ministry, but I also learned on that trip that there is a need for accounting in the mission field, which had me really excited because I was an accounting major at Messiah and had an outlet now to use my giftedness in accounting. So that has now blossomed into an organization that I run called Accounting Beyond Borders that serves the accounting needs of 20 mission organizations around the world.
I think I learned how to work really hard at something and pursue the best that you can possibly be in a given area. When you're here on campus, it's your sport. When you're off campus and a part of your career, it's diving into whatever that task or project is in front of you. Certainly life lessons that I take with me, every single day in any role that I've been in, both personally and professionally.
When you're on a sports team, you're constantly in environments that are hyper competitive and you're dealing with a lot of emotions. And when you're in the workplace, I would say you don't deal with it at the same extent, but being able to deal with it in hyper competitive environments and dealing with it under extenuating circumstances has helped me as I go into the workplace to be able to deal with conflict, be able to deal with adversity, and how to appropriately handle some of those situations thoughtfully and considerately.
We have people who come from Christian homes, we have people who don't come from Christian homes, but their stories are all powerful. Our hope is that every student athlete that comes through finds their own faith and is able to go out into the world and make a difference.
If it hadn't been for Messiah Aroma and that trip, I would not be able to do the one thing that the Lord has called me to and do that with so much joy in my day-to-day life now. And I'm so, so grateful that the Lord used Aroma and Messiah Athletics on my journey to get to the calling He has for me today.
When I meet alumni and they tell me about how their faith was formed on Shoemaker Field, or what happened to them as they were involved with tennis on the tennis courts, those are life lessons that they continue to live by throughout their lives. So the legacy that we have is really in the lives of our student and alumni, their stories.
I want Messiah Athletics to be known for putting the Lord first. I think it's really easy, specifically in the context of sport, to glorify yourself, glorify your team. We won this national championship. This was all me. I made the game-winning save. I did this, I did that. I deserve the glory, but at the end of the day, knowing that it was all the Lord. Only through Him can we do any of this.
And yes, of course, we want to win, but I think that's what makes it so special here, that it's not over the individual. It's like, hey, we understand this is a lot at stake here, but let's see how you're doing.
My hope for the future for Messiah Athletics is that it continues to be a place for Christians to compete at the highest level of Division III athletics.
And I'm confident that we can continue to achieve incredible levels of success because we have an incredible community around us supporting us and because we have the support of the institution as we look forward to what we want to achieve in the next 20 years.